The truth is, sometimes we get comfortable with the ordinary, sitting inside the lines others have drawn for us, when there is an entire blank canvas of a world waiting for us to trust fall into solutions to questions not even asked yet, to rise, revise, and recognize that remarkable is not only possible, but it is necessary. It is the result of daring to imagine beyond this partition of parameters, always onwards, upwards, and forwards, towards the whys of ideas redefined, the what-ifs of partnerships, the how can we improve this. This is more than a common belief that in order to succeed, we must always see details 3 steps ahead. This is not about spotting market trends or hopping on bandwagons, because many others have been there, and quite frankly, so have we. But we are also about people. Shorooq, the right fit in the right place, like perfectly timed happenings matching skills with partners already found, where the sum of parts can create platforms only teamwork lets you reach. No, not you, us, plural, collective, a home field advantage, expertise meeting the opportunity of what we did, are doing, and will do, investing in holding open doors wide enough for impact to walk through. So we continue being the outlier, the deviation, the above and beyond expectation, the ones uncomfortable with being ordinary. Today is the day. Join Shorooq Partners.
Welcome everyone to your weekly's Founders Crushin It, where every Wednesday at 4 p.m. GST, we go live on LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube and grab a conversation with one of the successful founders in our region to learn more about the journey and their industry. If you're watching this through our LinkedIn, Twitter, or YouTube, remember to follow, subscribe, and click that bell icon to get notified with all our news, events, and updates. This show is brought to you by Shorooq Partners, the leading tech investor in the Middle East, North Africa, and Pakistan. And I'm your host, Tariq Fouad, Head of Growth at Shorooq Partners. And I want to thank you all for tuning in from wherever you are. Today, we have the pleasure to host Mohammad Zatara, the CEO and co-founder of Wajeez, the app-based platform that enables users to read and listen to condensed versions of global and local nonfiction books in Arabic. Wajeez library today has more than, and summarizes in 15-minute summaries, more than 3,500 audio and text-based books that the users can access through its mobile apps, both on iOS and Android. Without further ado, I would love to have Mohammad Zatara on. Mohammad, how are you today?
Hi, Tariq. Thank you. It's a pleasure is mine to be with you and to have you in this conversation. Thank you, Tariq.
Likewise. I don't think there are, from the top of my head, rarely are there any apps or reading material, really good content that is there in Arabic. So I believe it's a kind of a blue ocean for Wajeez. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I've been working in this industry from 9 years. Since from 2013 that I started the startup called Philosoph. It's become one of the biggest player in the market that we sell books, hard copies online. And after 8 years working, we shut it down and we pivoted to Wajeez. For some reason, I learned one thing from the whole journey for 8 years, that the people, they hate to learn and they hate books. And it's really true. Like if we put on the side our emotions to the books, people, they hate to hold the books, especially in the Middle East and the region.
Yeah.
So, and then when I shut it down, Philosoph, and I was thinking, like, if the people, they hate books and they hate to read, but they desire, it will confuse you now. They desire to be smart, better, and more interesting, but they hate to learn. So how come? Like there's a problem. and
Yeah.
there's a need, and it doesn't.
Agreed.
So I thought myself, okay, so the need is clear. They want the people they want to be better, smarter, and more interesting. And
Yeah.
meanwhile, they hate to hold the box and learn. And the knowledge, almost 80% of the knowledge now in the internet it's become from the box. So anyway,
Agreed.
it's famous from like it's very famous from back to 600 years before. It's just if you are like a philosopher or you are an author or a thinker, you want to share or spread your technology, so your ideas or your thoughts, you will go and write a book. So if you want to learn anything, like it's basic, you have to hold the book and read it.
Agreed.
So we decided to start with Paylasu. We decided to pivot to Wajeez and start Wajeez with a vision that to make the reading fits your lifestyle. That now the lifestyle
Makes sense.
is very crowded. You have a lot to do every day. You have to work and to talk with your friends and to talk with your families and go home and rest. And the day has become more crowded. So how it's become more crowded that we want to fit Wajeez into your day and make it more convenience for you to read or to listen for
Yeah.
your career. Because if you look at it, most of the people they graduated from the universities. If we can spell the three skills, we have a technical skills, then we have the soft skills, then we have upper skills. So most of the people, when they graduated from universities, they graduate with just a technical skills. So they missing two main skills, that the soft skills and the upper skills. When we say the soft skills, it's mean like design thinking, problem solving,
Yeah.
etc. And when we mean about upper skills, it's like to have in Arabic, in the MENA region, to have an English language, like fluent in English, or to be to have a very good communication skills. So when you're missing this is two parts. So Wajiz is focusing to fulfill this part of soft skills and upper skills, and to make it easy for you that to listen or to read any book you want from 15 minutes, in 15 minutes. Like
I love that.
just for like 3 years, I just want to. So one of my friends he recommended a book to me. It's called Never Spell the Difference. And Never Spell the Difference is very interesting book. Like he will teach you
Yes.
negotiations, and I want to read it, but I don't have a time. So he kept with me this book for like 4 months. Every like 2 days, I read 3 4 pages maximum, and it's really hard. Now in Wajiz, you can just like when you are going to home, you can listen it, and you can get the key ideas and the abstract of this book. So
It's the Blinkist idea, but in Arabic in a sense, and the
yeah,
Arabic version of Blinkist, which is phenomenal because there are tons of books in Arabic. A lot of the knowledge that were accumulated across history, from algebra to geography to geometry, astronomy. They were all from very well-known Arabic, I would say, explorers, scientists, and authors, and that is, knowledge has originated with a lot of Arabic language in it, and to keep that intact, and a very important part is to keep the Arabic language live. And I think Wajiz helps in it, beyond just enabling people to read and learn in Arabic, and to listen in Arabic, but also maintains that cultural intact within society, which is a very deeper meaning to the reasons why Wajiz exists. I have a few questions to you, Mohammed. So in your journey, probably it wasn't easy to get Wajiz up and running. I'm excited. I'm kind of interested in knowing how is it being? What is your experience so far attracting customers to Wajiz what are the trends you're seeing in the market as well, beyond just what Wajeez is offering? And kind of tell us a little bit more about this vision, Wajeez's vision down the line.
So, first of all, when we started the Wajeez before 2 years, there is a part of building the IB and test the market and see how we can get in this market, because the penetration of the market is not easy at all, especially in the Middle East. And the consumers, we have our private market, so you can't put the general or the global methodologies to the Arab market and work on it as basic as that. So you have to get and know well what's the growth engine of Wajeez. And when we started Wajeez, there was not market called book summaries, and now no one waiting me to do a book summaries app. Like it's just there is like the market has not existed. It's good to have
Exactly.
like when you want to do an e-commerce for gadgets babies, there is a market for baby gadgets. So you go and you sell baby
Mm.
gadgets. This is
Yep.
famous. So, but when you want to start book summaries app, was not anyone you want waiting you to do it.
True.
So
Very
we
true.
want to build it, and to build it. It's a comprehensive solution between departments like marketing and technology. So we learned one thing in this journey, and it's the most important thing to grow your company, is there is a critical mass. You have to reach it before you scale your company. So what is this critical mass? You can reach it by two methods. The first one is to reach it through media, or to reach it through influencers. But to go through digital channels and convert users from digital channels is really hard. And why
True.
it's hard? Because you can't convert them without a good reputation, because you are not standing in the magic point of the critical mass point. So in the first of all, you have to reach the critical mass point that give you the ability to scale. And when we reached the critical mass point, it's more easier to you to grow
Mm.
your company. And when we started Wajiz, the vision it was that just to focus on Arabic and non-fiction books, and teach the people the upper and the soft skills. So after we reached now more than 100,000 paying users, and we want to scale massively in the market, we tell the people that we want today to build the edutainment platform for people around the Middle East. So what we do exactly, we do a book summaries now, documentaries. Now we introduce Wajiz Master. Like Wajiz Master is like master class for
Yeah.
US. Okay. So now we are filming with two of most famous people in Egypt. Now we are filming with Amr Musa.
Amazing.
So just to teach people about diplomacy, like if you
Okay.
like no
Diplomacy. Yeah, exactly. Is very well known in that field, obviously.
yeah. So and this knowledge it will keep, if no one, like knock his door and tell him come and give a training of how to learn this, how to learn like to make money for Afnan al-Batil in Saudi Arabia. Like she will not say anything. So now in Wajiz we're trying to succeed and make the vision of the need succeed. Like what is the need? Is people they desire to be interested, better, smart, and more interesting. So this is the need is very clear. How we can fulfill this? By content, original content to Wajiz. So this is original content. We say that Wajiz, we want to be the edutainment platform for anyone he desires to be smart, better, and more interesting.
I love that. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but I would love to ask you one last question. If you were to describe Wajeez in one word, what would that be?
Oh, okay. Wajiz in one word.
In one word.
Okay.
And it can't be Wajeez.
It makes it harder. Wajeez, like very hard, very hard. Wajeez, it's
And probably Mughas. Wajeez and Mughas.
I think I like when I think about it, if I want to describe it like in just one word, I will use the word, but it have added before it. It
Yeah.
make you more interesting.
Okay. That does make sense. Obviously, with learning, you get to know a lot of new facts, a lot of new knowledge, and then you can share with others, and you get to know a lot more about life that way. Mohammed, unfortunately, that has been about it for today's chat. Nevertheless, I do look forward to doing one more in depth with you and with Wajeez. From my side and Shorooq Partners, we
Thank you,
really
Farid.
wish you all the best. And thank you so much for coming in and joining us today.
Habibna Farid. Thank you, thank you.
Thank
Pleasure.
you. Thank you. Thank you. For everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. That was Mohammad Zatara from Wajeez, from myself, Tarek, Fuad, and Shorooq Partners. We wish you all a very blessed evening and a great evening. Wish you all the very best and have a great week.